So let me give you a quick rundown of Lambsquarter. You could do a Google search and you could educate yourself, which you should, because it is something that you can forage for free, massively abundant. But all the details that I read on Lambsquarter is you can treat it like spinach in terms of how you eat it. It does have this very waterproof outside layer. Maybe it's a little fuzzy or maybe it's little hairs. I don't really know what it is, but if you run it underwater, you'll notice the water beads up and you really have to work it to wash the surface off. I don't really worry too much about it. I get a handful of it, I run it underwater and I just crush it with my hand and then chop it up. But you can use it like spinach in how you cook. We've used it in soups, we've used it in my morning eggs, we've used it in stir fries. Treat it as whenever your recipe says greens, you can use that. Nutritionally, everything I found was when you look at something, say spinach, and find its nutrient values, the values for Lambsquarter are in almost every nutrient that spinach has. This is like 2 times as much. Sometimes up to like 5 times. Which to me seems kind of ridiculous, especially in this like health craze life that a lot of people are living. This is a weed that grows best under neglect, and it will grow in spite of anything. And when it does produce seeds, it's like on the order of like 10,000 seeds, which is why it's a weed and why it's invasive. And it is invasive if you don't keep ahead of it. But why is this not more popular? Maybe because it doesn't look as nice, maybe because it's called Lambsquarter, or because it's a weed and it doesn't take any effort at all. But if we're talking about eating the healthy stuff, and like, you know, food fads are all about like spinach is the best thing for you since sliced bread. Sliced bread is not actually that great, but whatever. Lambsquarter takes the cake by a mile. So here's my PSA. If you like eating greens in your foods and you have garden space, you probably picked Lambsquarter out of it as a weed if you're in a similar climate or a place where Lambsquarter also grows. Maybe don't pick them all, let one of them grow, and just start testing it. Try to use that in place of greens in any of your meals and see how it tastes. It's going to come out basically the same as most greens, but just try it out. I think you'll find that it's easier to grow, it's less cumbersome, it's bountiful, you almost don't have to try and grow it, and it is on par with the usability of other greens. That's basically my whole spiel here. I don't do a ton of foraging. We don't know a whole lot about foraging yet, but we do know that that is a dead ringer, as you will. Lambsquarter. Check it out. Educate yourself. Become more resilient. I'm just joking. No, not really, but I'm not. You do you, and then if you don't want to do Lambsquarter, you're worse off, but you're still probably fine. If you want to do better though, you do you with Lambsquarter.